Cowboys forever, bold and hold. Let the stars over Texas shine gold.
Oh, yeah. Will the stars be shining over Texas with Christian Parker? We can only hope. But as always, I am with my people. We are here to talk about it. It is official. They're working on the deal. The Dallas Cowboys have hired Christian Parker. We're going to break down Christian Parker, the man, the coach. And listen, everybody has their questions, right? Everybody has their questions. We're going to try as best to answer or ask more questions. But you fellas, I am excited because we did not do the standard line. We didn't do what was easy. We actually did what was risky, a dare to be great moment. Your thoughts, gentlemen, before I get into the actual specifics of Christian Parker. What do you got, Loyal? What do you got, Dan? Loyal first. What's up, brother?
Well, it's a new opportunity. It's an opportunity for him to be a defensive coordinator. Never been a defensive coordinator before. And I like the fact that Jerry Jones has to let Shoddy go out and pick his own guy. Now, it's not Leonard. I know everybody was buying into Leonard because he was a hot commodity, but, he's young, and I think the players will relate to him. They'll buy into him, younger guy, younger frame of mind, stuff like that. So I look forward to it.
Well, I think for me, when I heard the news, I was so ecstatic about it because we were just talking about this last night. And I think when we heard that he was getting interviewed last night by the Cowboys, they saw something in him, and they looked over his resume and they said, "This is our guy. We need to get him. We don't need to waste around. We need to get this done quickly and get this defense right." So I think Christian Parker is the right guy for us. I am a little bit kind of concerned about his age because he is 34. He is young. But I do think that he is capable enough to be a good DC for us in the next, let's say, 3 to 5 years at least. Because I do think that this is a long-term DC for us. But overall, I'm happy about this hire. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, and I don't know how anybody can't be. And we'll get to the chat shortly. But let me just break down just where he comes from. But I want to give an overview. This is per Wikipedia. We'll start there. Christian Parker, newly hired defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, known for rapidly rising through the coaching ranks, developed elite defensive backs. Like, let's not forget, he was behind Patrick Surtain, okay? Jair Alexander, prime Jair Alexander, before injury. Kenyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, and impressing with strong passing stats at his previous stops with the Packers, Broncos, and Eagles, making him a hot coaching commodity. He brings college experience, and we're going to go through it all. Texas A&M, Notre Dame. Again, he's been everywhere. The Broncos DB's coach, Eagles passing game coordinator. I would say this, Daniel, to your concern, look at some of the great coaches in this league, okay? Mm-hmm. Just look at it. Look at Sean McVay, right? Look at the Ben Johnson, right? Mm-hmm. Look at the Green Bay coach, him and his brother.
Yep.
What's his name? Matt LaFleur, right?
Mike. I think it's Mike LaFleur.
Can I add?
Yes.
Can I add to what I was saying? Yes. This is because Walker Wade said he didn't want a coach that we brought in that would come in, have us playing good, and then we'd lose in a year or two. This guy, can come in and grow and stuff like that. So that's another good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reached out to Wade. He had called me earlier. I was out. And then I called him back, and he was having he's having a stressful day at work. So everybody go easy on Wade when he does show up.
I've had a stressful week, man. I just got in town like an hour or two ago.
Nice,
So.
brother. Nice. Well,
Been out of town since Sunday.
yeah, I hear that. I would say this, everybody. We don't know how he's going to call defense. That I can't tell you. I don't have, but I'd rather go with upside, don't you? Don't you guys want to go with upside? Wouldn't you rather go with a guy who, again, as I shared, Daniel, what makes this guy really special is he doesn't just preach. He's not a grizzled old coach, right, who says, this is what it is. Learn it. This is it. Learn it, and that's it. He wants you to learn it and know why you're doing it. You know, it's like that's the important thing.
This is a new opportunity for him. It's like Shoddy. He has a chip on his shoulder. So he's willing to get out here and prove himself.
And Christian Parker could have went somewhere else, most likely, right? We all know.
The same old Cowboys loyal?
What's that?
It's the same old Cowboys?
What do you mean?
Everyone's saying it's the same old Cowboys, business
He's
as
asking
usual.
you, do you think it's business as usual?
No, I think it's different.
Yes,
I mean, I like the move because we're going with the younger guy, and Shoddy is actually picked him. It's not a Jerry Jones and Catboy.
Same old Cowboys would have been Jonathan Gannon, Laura.
Yeah, so, but this is also, they're letting their head coach make a pick. So the Jones family is moving to the side a little bit. So now next thing on the list is first wave free agency. If they do all that, I don't want to hear anyone. We don't need to be bashing Jerry or Steven this offseason.
Right. And let me go back to the career path of one. Again, we have time here. I'm not going to rush. You know, I'm not putting a timetable on how long. We'll see how it flows. I will get to the chat. Thank everybody. Please put your opinion in. Remember college. He was at Virginia State, 2013, 2014. Norfolk State, 2015, 2016. Texas A&M, 2018. Notre Dame, 2017. Green Bay, quality control, 2019, 2020. Denver Broncos, 21 to 23. Key, though, that's a key time. Patrick Surtain, the Philadelphia Eagles passing game a coordinator and DB's coach, 2024 and 2025. He offers a scheme proven to shut down passing attacks. You know, when you play the birds, right? You know, it's tough to throw. It is. It is a tough scheme. So I like this on multiple levels. And Eagles Drew texted me. He said, and he's right. Unreal. It's hard to know how he's going to call a game because he's never done it. But he loves to hire for the Cowboys. Kind of. He didn't say it, but I would imagine he's not thrilled, right? He's not thrilled because what's one thing we're going to be in the market for, Wade? Whether we like these players or not, a Reed Blankenship, right? Let's say we move on, Daniel M. Let's say we move on from Donovan Wilson, right? Maybe he likes Donovan. I don't know, but you don't think he'll want to bring in Reed Blankenship to help install his system? Now, a Reed Blankenship, I don't know if you remember him, Daniel M. He reminds me of a better version of a Jeff Heath. If you guys remember Jeff Heath with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Jeff Heath, he was good.
That's what Reed Blankenship, he's a blue-collar guy.
He gets turnovers.
He's always in the right spot. Maybe not the most athletic guy. He's not going to, get the most amount of money, but a very solid piece. Maybe now that they got who's coming with me? You know what I'm saying? The old Jerry Maguire. Show me the money. Yeah. Who's coming with me? So who's coming with me? We are obviously in the Kobe Dean, we could argue that one, but you have to also admit that by hiring Christian Parker, you are taking away from your division rival, a guy who practices and knows the strengths and weaknesses of that defense as it is today. What it'll be tomorrow, who knows? It's not like we have the answer, but he's going to know. And more importantly, he's going to know how to defense the offense, correct, guys? That's what this is a perfect hire. I know we wanted Jim Leonard. We don't know exactly what's going on with Jim Leonard. And Jesse might be right where Jim Leonard is already locked in to go to the Giants. We're hearing conflicting reports, but all due respect to Jim Leonard, I love Jim Leonard and his motivational, but his team on the field is not really excelling, especially in the secondary. They're near the bottom of the league this year, which is why I didn't want Gannon. As far as turnovers, that is. So I just think it's an upside move. There's no guarantee, guys. There's no guarantee in life other than death and paying taxes, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there are no guarantees. But at least, like, to Wade's point, they're doing stuff differently. Jonathan Gannon would have been the hire, Loyal. You know it. I know it. That would have been the hire. Clayton Adams vouched for him. That would have been the hire. The problem was a young Christian Parker came in and blew them away with the interviews. And they're like, he's like, okay. Now, we don't know what's going on with Jim Leonard. Maybe Jim told Dallas out of respect, say, hey, listen, guys, I'm not coming there. I'm going with whatever. And we'll see. Or maybe he has other opportunities. But I think this was our number 2 all along.
Yeah, so, yeah, and I was going to say, and everyone that says, all the Eagles fans, everyone say, oh, the same old Dallas, Jerry makes all the decisions. Y'all are wrong. Well, Jerry and them do let their coaches make decisions.
And Wade, please tell everybody, sometimes they have too much input, and please explain what
they have too many cookies. They got too many hands in the cookie jar. That's been the problem with the Cowboys. They let their defensive coaches pick players. That's why you get a Taco Charlton and not a TJ Watt, is because Rod Marinelli likes Taco Charlton's length and physical abilities, and he fits the mold of what he wanted. That's why they let him pick Taco Charlton, and that's a problem. So don't say Jerry and Steven and them don't let their coaches or anyone having sort of input on the team building or decisions.
Go ahead, guys.
Hey, guys. Congratulations.
Well,
hey, hold on a second. Don't be say, Brian, guys, don't be surprised if your new coach there starts cherry picking, stripping the Eagles coaches.
Exactly.
That'll be hilarious.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to find
anything to weaken the Eagles makes me happy.
I guess the crazy thing about this, though, Game Time, is that he is 4 years older than me, which is pretty surprising. So,
how old was McVay though when he was hired?
I think he was in his early 30s, if I'm not mistaken.
I could give you the answer. 30? I want to say 28, but I could give you. It was here.
If I'm not mistaken, McVay was either in his mid-20s or early 30s. Something like that.
I'm just saying, man. Sean McVay was 30 years old when he was hired as the head coach. 30. Okay. 30. So, again, this guy's been around a little bit. Now, I'm going to play a quick sound bite from him, okay? It's only 2 minutes, so bear with me. You guys will still be on camera. Just listen in. This is what we're getting.
Yeah, I think he's always trying to teach. That's the main thing. Situational awareness is so important to him. He always says, more games are lost than they're won. So he wants guys to always be educated and understanding of what situation we're in and how we expect them to perform. He's very direct with his communication and language about those things, so everybody's on the same page in terms of how they're receiving that information and how we expect them to execute it.
What excites you about the rookies, Moss and Skinner, that y'all drafted?
Yeah, I think, number one, on their college tape, those guys were very versatile. They all had different skill sets, and we can, with primary job, secondary job, and they fit how we want to play defense. I think as we've started off, all those guys have been very focused. The mental is really big with Coach Payton, so we want guys who can learn, that we know we can teach and mold in the way that we want them to play. Obviously, they already have the talent. both of those guys have really taken that approach. I mean, obviously JL hasn't been out there, but meetings, walkthroughs, he's dialed in like it's game day. And that's exactly what you want to see from young guys and them kind of learning from the older vets and being able to find their way. Well, I think that, sometimes as coaches we can, there's a certain way we can talk upstairs and a certain way that you talk to the players. So you don't want to give them too much information. We have to streamline it for them. And then when guys have been coached for a while,
sounds a lot like Shoddy. What he wants.
Like layman's terms to their teammates because it's a different perspective because they're actually out there on the field. So we have that perspective as we talk to them. But then sometimes, like the way K-Jack can talk about something to a guy might be the same message as me, but it might be another way of doing it. So however it hits their brain, whether it's, in the meeting with me, a walkthrough with me, they come off the field, I tell, hey, Justin, grab him and, go over X, Y, Z. He knows what I'm talking about, and we can kind of put that direct message to him.
This is your third head coach here. That's sort of rare. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, man, it's been, it's a blessing, to be honest with you, because, I do enjoy it here. I enjoy the room. I enjoy the guys that I coach and the organization as a whole. Been able to learn from a lot of different guys and a lot of different schemes and kind of putting those all together. So, yeah, it's definitely been interesting. But I think that, now we're at a place of continuity and we just keep building and stacking, and it's a learning opportunity for me.
Now, listen, everybody. He is a disciple of Sean Payton. Okay, he worked with Sean Payton. Blessing in disguise. So before Vic Fangio, it was Sean Payton. Sean Payton, Wade, we talk about it today. We really hope that we really should have went and got Sean Payton. I know there was.
Yeah.
I mean, that was always the plan with Jerry. Jerry will tell you, and they allowed the compensation. They allowed him to leave the building. He should have been the coach way before he went to New Orleans.
And the second time he was available, when he left, that playoff loss against 49ers, that second one, they should have fired Mike McCarthy and hired Sean Payton immediately. Should have brought him in, let him bring in his whole coaching staff, whatever he wanted to do.
Do you hear what kind of communicator he is, Loyal? He's a very good communicator, and it's about. Remember when Shoddy was saying, Loyal, that he wanted somebody that took hard information and was able to translate it in a way that men can understand. Again, you've seen what he's done with the Eagles, okay? The Eagles, is very hard to draft young players and have them hit at the rate. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Eagles drafted Kenyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. You expect, okay, yeah, odds tell you that one of them are going to hit, right? Well, no, they both hit. Cooper DeJean is arguably the best slot corner in the game, and Kenyon Mitchell is becoming shut down. He's not. It's in my opinion, it's probably the toughest position to play on the field. Out maybe left tackle, but and obviously quarterback because you got to know everybody's information. But a corner is very hard to play. I just think it's a very smart hire. People say it's a risk. Of course it is. Of course it's a risk. You think it was a risk when Sean McVay was hired to the Rams at 30? Well, this guy's got 4 years. Now, I don't know how long he's going to be here, Dan. I would expect, again, Dan, he comes into a situation where they're dead last.
Yep. That's the biggest thing. I think the reason why that we did this search was because of the fact that our secondary needs to be improved, and Christian Parker can help with that in that regard. But I also do think that Christian Parker, when you showed that clip, he is a teacher. That's exactly what Schottenheimer wants.
And Dan, we assumed Jim Leonard, and he was on the list. They love Jim Leonard, but you can't make somebody do anything. If everybody gets all butthurt, well, he didn't want to come here. Maybe he just has a great relationship with Jim Harbaugh if he indeed goes there. It's not a situation where there's one good answer and everybody else sucks. No, there are levels, right? And I think we got a really high upside individual. Now, here's the issue, okay? He comes in and turns it around. He's going to be here at least 1 year, maybe 2 years. It's not for long.
2 years for sure, I think.
You think that, but if he comes in And Eagle fans, just close your ears because I know, some people will laugh. I'm not saying that, but if he
I'll
comes
go ahead
in
and
and
say it so they can laugh at me.
if he comes
If he
in and
goes
makes
ahead
him
and
a
takes us
top,
to the NFC Championship,
well,
Super Bowl,
if he
hell,
comes, well, listen, wait, if
gonna
he
be
makes him a
toast.
top 10 defense, if he makes him a top 10 defense, they're going to go deep, right? Unless there's a choking situation. If he makes him a top 10 defense, they're
That
going
kid's
to be
hurt.
deep in the playoffs, right? So then all of a sudden he's going to be a hot guy, right? Because then they're all going to be looking at Ben Johnson. What other place? I don't care. It's just the Dan. That's the cross we bear. Loyal. That's the cross we bear. We are the Dallas Cowboys. If you do good stuff there, everybody wants a piece of you.
I give him a couple. I give him a
I
few
have,
seasons.
I hope you're right.
I
I'm
have
not.
a theory. I have a theory, though. I really do think that with this hire for Christian Parker, I think he's going to have a lot of say with
What's
this.
up,
12th.
Eagles, Drew?
I think he's going to have a lot of say with this 12th pick and the 20th pick that we're going to.
He will, because remember, like I pointed out, Dan, the Cowboys
Logan?
got too many cooks in the kitchen. They're gonna let him, if he's a good evaluator talent,
we
they're
don't
gonna let
know
him
that,
bring
though.
in guys.
So we don't know that, though. That's the problem, right? We don't know what kind of evaluator. We know we can coach them, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know that he can evaluate them. This is all going to go into the process. Dallas, to a fault, like Wade is saying, will let Rod Marinelli say, hey, who do you want? You want Taco Charlton or do you want TJ Watt? Do you want a frontline defensive tackle or do you want Tristan Hill? Well, I don't want the big name guy. I want a guy with a chip on his shoulder. Well, you could do both. You could get both, right? What's up, Mouse?
Yep.
How you doing, brother? What's up, Mark Hutchton? How are you? The question is now who stays and who goes far as players on defense. I would say Mark Hutchton, a.k.a. Farm Boy. I would say the question is who is on his staff? Who does he take from the Eagles, right? Who will the Eagles allow him to go? Because he's going to want, I don't know if I'm in the mood to hear this negative bullshit. I'm just going to let you know. So we're just going to see. I'm letting you in, but we're going to see. You tread lightly.
Well,
When I threw up burgundy and gold. So just to let you know.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay.
Momo, you better not come in here with no negative bullshit.
Yeah, there ain't no negativity today. Go.
Don't do this.
I don't think it's
Don't do this. Don't do this.
Go ahead,
We're
Dan.
having
Momo.
Momo's negativity. I'll call it right now. He ain't even coached
I didn't
defense
say
before.
it. I
He
didn't
ain't
say
done
anything.
anything.
Yeah, we're getting ready.
I ain't say anything, Wade.
Oh, I just know how you
I'm
roll.
gonna say, okay. In a sense, I hate it. In a sense, I love it. Here's my take with the hire. Anything that makes these Eagles think they better than everybody else makes me more happier.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's what I said a minute ago. Anything that weakens the Eagles and pushes them further into the abyss of being a shit team again, I'm all for that.
That defense. Strip that defense to the bone.
I have this theory, though. I think with
What's
Christian
up,
Parker
Drew?
here,
What's up, George?
I think with
What's up,
Christian
Vinny?
Parker
What's up,
here, no
Mal?
game
What's
time,
up,
I
Ezra?
think he's going to go get Caleb Downs at number 12. That's what I think what's going to end up happening. If it's not him, it's probably going to be Delane, the cornerback from LSU, because he's a secondary coach, and I think he's going to be secondary.
Hold up. What the Fred Flintstone is going on in here?
Oh, boy.
Oh, what the hell does he have on his hat?
It's a cowboy hat, Momo.
It doesn't even fit you.
It does fit me. What are we doing?
Momo, do something to make me. Keep talking. Go ahead.
No, I'm still
Yeah,
here.
no dead air, please. I do enough
Control.
talking.
This means trolling. Go on, keep going, man.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think you can jump in on this game time. I think Caleb Downs is probably going to be at number 12. If Christian Parker wants him, I think he's going to get him. He's going to have a say in this, I think. There we go, Loyal. See, I'm not the only one wearing a cowboy hat here. Let's go, Loyal.
Loyal.
Let's
I
go.
said to piss Momo off.
Come on,
You
Loyal.
guys look
Come
good,
on.
though.
I'm
You
not the
guys
only
look good.
one here, man. Come on, man. Come on.
So let's do. Let me go to Jesse. I know he's working. Jesse, does this make you relieved that we got our guy now that looks like Leonard's path is straight to the Giants?
Amen. Finally, I can now we still have a good chance of getting Leonard.
What's up,
It all
Comic
depends on the
Flick Fusion?
Broncos. And also,
what
Brian,
about Washington? How you know they might not scoop him up?
what about him?
Let's. Well,
That dumpster fire? Yeah, you'll mind.
I
guess-
don't know that
and
he
guess
interviewed
what?
for Washington. Actually, I know. Brian,
Hey,
I know Brian Flores
did.
did and decided to go back to Minnesota. So
Yeah, because of that meeting. He said, "Fuck no." And if you
Um,
notice, Brian, they took our beloved GM went ahead and did some things with that guillotine I sent them. They chopped off the entire defensive squad coaches, except for one. Went ahead up there to the upper office, got rid of the vice president of operations, and a few others have been there for 20 to 30 years. He ain't playing. He is not playing.
I have a question. What are Eagles fans saying about the hire at this point?
I bet they're pissed.
I'm
Philly
looking in the comments.
500 didn't want it to happen. I know that.
I'm looking in the comments, and some of them are kind of upset. Some of them
Well,
feel
Of
like
course they're upset.
it's never a good thing, right? Because let me explain. Like I just laid, you don't know who he's going to want to take. Now they control whoever leaves the building, right? But yeah, they're gonna
Logan says he's pissed off.
allow him to do what he wants, right? What I would hope is, and shout out to Drew for not doing this, is shitting on the guy just to shit on Dallas. Again, it kind of like what a lot of people did to Kellen Moore. Now, I believe we said it all hindered on what Kellen was going to do regarding Jalen Hurts. Was he going to try and stuff an offense down Jalen's throat? To Kellen's credit, he made Jalen even better. He worked with what Jalen did and his strengths, right? Taking them to a Super Bowl and then making him the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, right? So that's a way to go about it. You saw what Matt Eberflus did, guys. He was unwilling to change and listen to anything. That was his system. This is how I run it. We're going to run it and run it into the ground, right? Even though you have players that we said it, Daniel M., since training camp that, well, I don't really know why they got Kyrie Elam. He's not really his own corner. That's what he struggled at, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had Diggs. Now,
Yep.
Diggs doesn't seem to be much of anything these days, but he's sure as hell not his own.
Diggs plays man. He plays man coverage.
So it didn't understand it. It was destined to fail. Again, I always say this: when a mailman from South Jersey or whatever knows, or a truck driver from who's delivering in Odessa, Texas, if we know what's wrong, why are we having a coordinator of the most visible franchise in sports do stupid shit, right? And it's happened time and time again. It's not like it's just Eberflus. We've allowed it to happen multiple times over recent years. So, long story short, long-winded. I'm happy. I hope everybody's happy. Everybody, listen. There are no exact like we don't have the answers to the test, right? You do your homework. You interview. That's why the long search, guys, is very good because you find a Christian Parker. You find guys that you would have never have found if you were to just go with what the chalk is telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Also, don't wait till after the Super Bowl to pick your coaches.
Well,
Yeah, I agree with that too.
The other thing too, you got to have those uncomfortable talks about. You got to have that long search and say, like, look, we got to work on this area and be able to work on it. But if we don't do this, then we're not going to be a good team moving forward. I
Right.
think Christian Parker with Christian Parker. I think he's going to work more with the secondary, but I also do think that he's going to work on other areas as well with the team.
Well, but this hire does not solve your biggest issue on the defense. It doesn't solve a
It
whole.
doesn't
That's
solve.
a
You're
stop.
right. It doesn't
You don't know
solve
that.
the sacks. It
Major
doesn't
step,
solve the
Momo.
sacks problem.
Well, this was the first step in the process. Momo.
Yes, of course, of
Yes,
course, of course.
yes.
It's the first step. Now, here's the biggest thing.
And the major one.
I forgot to bring this up last night about it. There is reports that the Titans want Aaron
What's
Wycott
up,
as their defensive
D'Angelo? How you doing, brother?
because of the fact that Robert Saleh is now the head coach in Tennessee. Aaron Wycott could possibly leave.
That's a good
So
point.
this possibly means that we're going to
Clint
go.
Hurt.
Mm-hmm.
There
Clint
we
Hurt.
go. There we
Other
go,
guy.
baby. There we
Yeah,
go.
Clint Hurt, or maybe
Yeah.
DeMarcus Covington. Maybe DeMarcus Covington.
Yes,
you know.
and that's a wonderful point. If anybody wants to get in here, just please talk.
And my thing is this: we don't know what staff he plans on bringing with him.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what I said.
Exactly.
We don't know who's he's going to bring.
Daniel M brings up a great point, Loyal, that we brought in guys where they knew all along they weren't hiring them as the defensive coordinator, but you don't really know, right? You don't. I'm sure when they brought in Christian Parker, they were, wow, that's going to be the next defense coordinator, but yeah, he blew him away, right? So you don't know. Like Covington could be here, but maybe Clint Hurt wants to come here, right? Maybe he does. Maybe he does. You know. Look, what I would tell you guys is, and everybody in the chat, when you have a Kenny Clark and a Quinnen Williams, and you have two first round picks, and if you do your job, I know everybody's going to poo poo this, but if you do your job correctly in free agency, who's to say that the best player on the board is not a defensive tackle? Who's to say? And why wouldn't you go out and get an absolute beast, you know, like Peter Woods out of Clemson?
Yeah, I want to answer Drew's question. Drew was saying that this still has a major talent issue. You don't know. We could go in the draft and get two Micah Parsons. We don't know.
Well, that's what he said. Well, we did start off by saying this is one step. Nobody's.
And I addressed that, remember?
Yeah.
Free agency, Drew.
And
drafting good. That'll fix it pretty quick.
It's a stepping
Better get
stone.
Josie.
Are you in the bathroom? What are you doing?
This is a stepping stone that what the Cowboys are doing. They are building the defense the way it's supposed to be. We're going to be having a brand new scheme regardless. You know, we're going to be moving from a 4-3 to a 3-4. Or we could play a hybrid defense and play a 3-4.
I don't think that's a good idea.
It could be multiple things.
Go ahead, Momo. Get in here, brother. What
I
do you think?
I don't know, but I just there's a big thing going on now in Washington. Once possibly Al Harris, I don't.
Please get him.
Seriously, he's. And look at the history. He always wanted Al Harris in the beginning.
Who's that?
Block that.
Quinn?
Block Quinn for trying to get Al Harris in the beginning. He's always wanted Al Harris in the beginning. You know, as far as the 3-4 to the 4-3, and for everything, it's a step. You have to make steps. I'm always dislike the Cowboys winning and all this. I'm always going to do that, but I can't knock what I see in front of me. It's a step, though.
Yes, it is.
So those of you who's going to run to all these channels saying me and Jesse's kissing, you have to look at the bigger picture and look at it's a step into the right direction.
They're going fresh, young, and they're going fresh and young.
In a logical sense, they made the right choice for their team. Do I enjoy? Hell no. But I'm getting sick and tired of whatever. But this is a right step. But I don't think y'all gonna be very good next year. I think this is 3 years down the line.
And you know who this is going to help game time? This is going to help Savone Revel too, because remember the Cowboys were so high on him coming into the draft last year.
Yeah,
this past
Yeah, Rev will be fine,
Oh.
everybody. He just needs to get comfortable with the knee that we lose. You can't play. I'm not sure who brought it up, but they're right. You can't play corner at a high level with a knee brace on. You could do it.
No.
You just can't. Anyway, go ahead.
What was that, Momo? Momo said 3 years down the line we're gonna be good.
Yeah.
3 years down the line, I'm seeing teams that are garbage one year and then knocking on the NFC
Momo.
Championship the
Hey,
next.
Momo,
I don't want to
Momo,
hear
you
that
should
shit.
know firsthand
Example,
that when
Momo.
we had Dan Quinn before he came to y'all.
Yeah.
Before we had Mike Nolan and we were ass. And in
Right.
1 year, Dan Quinn made our defense good. Same thing can
Yeah.
happen again.
Momo, New England had
But it's
4
not
wins
fair.
last year. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know Chicago had same amount of wins, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But
So
Loyal,
don't tell me 3 years. You
Loyal,
could guess and hope, but you can't say it's going to
But
take 3
Loyal,
years.
I'm just happy that we're going into this new direction. Like we're going into this direction, like we're staying young. We're gonna be fast.
We're going to be optimistic, Dan.
We're gonna be optimistic. That's all we can hope.
So
Momo,
Until
2
it's
years
time
ago,
not
your
to,
team made
right?
it in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
years-
young, energetic guy, and he wants to prove himself. He has a chip.
so can I ask you? So, I just want to say this. Not, I didn't try to. All I'm gonna
Sky's
say is
falling.
this: Cowboy fans, y'all have, and your fierce leader have these high, very high expectations. When you can't meet those expectations, so you have to be optimistic. Now you're having these higher expectations again, and we haven't even gotten into the first game of the season of training camp.
I didn't say Super Bowl.
Let's get the
All I said
gleam.
was
All right, let's go.
all I said-
Hold
all I
on,
said was-
I didn't say Super
ahead,
Bowl
Ray.
either.
That's
I didn't say that.
That's it. I'm tired. Momo,
Get him.
You know
Get
what,
his ass.
dude?
Get him, Walker.
Here you go.
We had the #1 offense in the league this year. You think that's going to drop off a cliff next year?
Absolutely, with Shotty at the helm.
Well, here we
You
go.
think?
Here we go.
That's a major trolling. That's a major. We're gonna fall off the cliff next year offensively. If our defense could just get top 15, top 10, we win in this damn division. I'm throwing it out there right now. We go out in first wave free agency. We already got a young defensive coordinator. We can get our everything right. Eagles fans, we about to stomp y'all fuckers into the ground, and I can't wait for that to happen.
Oh, Momo left.
All right.
Momo passed out laughing.
cases on all you bitches.
Oh, damn. He left. He didn't even.
I'm already calling it. Dallas Cowboys stomping a mud hole in the East this next season. Coming on up.
He
Here's what I'm
farted.
going to say.
Momo farted
What I'm
and it
gonna
shut down the stream.
And everybody assumes that as soon as we
Within a-
say
within a
something
mile.
good, we're saying we're Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this. We got a new defensive coordinator who hasn't reached the ceiling, who has a chip on his shoulder, who wants to prove
I thought he
that
was doing
is
a mic
guy.
drop.
He deserves to be a defensive coordinator. Same thing with Shoddy. And that's what I like. We don't
That's
have
right,
no
Momo. Run, you
coach
coward, when I'm speaking.
that's been to multiple Super Bowls, that's set his ways. This is an opportunity for him.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Now, I think everything. I don't think Shotty Hammer is this quote unquote coach. He's not a coach. For me, I don't see it. But have at it, guys. Have at it.
I think he's good. I think he's, this is his
We don't
first
know.
year.
Yeah.
And you remember, everybody keeps saying Jimmy Johnson, his first year here. What did he
Here
do?
we go.
He won one game. He turned that organization around in 3 years. Who's to say Shotty can't do that?
He can't.
Oh,
He
I
won't.
don't know.
He won't.
You don't know that.
I definitely know about how he gets out coached, how he's lost in the lights. He sit there and dumbfounded. Now, the defense, y'all gonna have a good defensive coordinator. But
So now Shotty's the problem.
Shot has always been a problem to me.
He first year calling the plays in Dallas, he took them to the
Oh,
number
my
one
God.
overall defense. Well, I don't know, but that's part of the equation. I
You
don't
got
know.
super chat.
Half the
Yeah, I
play
know.
for the play calling been
That's
good
not
this
the
year.
problem, Momo. You know this. You know this by now.
I know what by now.
You know that the
You know
Cowboys
the
offense.
trolling ass. I thought you did a mic drop. Dirty
what?
Sanchez with the super chat. Momo talking about we have high expectations. What about his 7-0 start he was expecting?
Yeah,
And talk
and I have
about high expectations. He's already saying that they're back and they're in contention like they're the best team, right, Dirty? I mean, that's just how it's going to be. You just know that's.
I mean,
what
I'm
you're
not
gonna get.
saying we're going to be in contention. I'm not
Hey.
going to be happy till Dan Quinn is gone because Dan Quinn is not it's clearly he has no idea. For me, he's not he's not the head coach for me for my team.
Yeah,
He clearly isn't.
I like him, but I don't know if he's a head coach.
No, he's not a head coach. He's a coordinator.
I like
defensive
him now. I
coordinator.
think he's a very good coach, though. I do. He took a team to a Super Bowl. It's not easy to win a Super Bowl, right? He took a
Right.
team to a Super
Drew,
Bowl.
I
I
didn't
think
say-
it was more personnel last year with the Commandos, and you suffered some
Drew, I
injuries.
didn't say Parker was good. I just said I like the opportunity. He's young enough.
So,
He
I mean,
has a chip.
in the end of the day, this is all high purple.
Gotta give him the- gotta give the man a chance.
We'll find out when the
Can't
season
say-
starts.
Exactly. You can't just say, "Oh, he's gonna suck." Oh, he was a DB's coach, so he ain't gonna do nothing.
No,
You don't know.
DB
Look at Sean McVay. Look at Sean McVay. He was with y'all, Momo, for years. No one even knew who the hell Sean McVay was.
We
Until
let
he-
him out the building, and who fought?
Now
we
he's
let-
playing in the NFC Championship, and he got a Super Bowl under his belt.
and we
so-
let him out the building.
What about Durante Jones though? I feel like that he's probably staying in Minnesota if Flores stays.
Hold on. So you got Romo and you got
What are you talking about, Momo? That's my special guest right there.
Come on now.
That's my special guest. Why are you gonna mess him up, man?
Bro, you wish your team had a Tony Romo the last 30
You
years.
wish
Momo.
Tony Romo was.
I
on
mean,
your
you wouldn't have been in the abyss the last 30 years. You'd have had a Romo
Momo
the
said
last 30
Jaden
years.
Daniels is going to be. He'll have a better career than Tom Brady. That's what Momo said.
Ooh, I don't know.
Pay attention when I'm talking to you, Momo. Look at me. That's right.
I'm not being hypocritical, YouTube Jack Paul. I'm just saying that we don't know what we have. He could be another Sean McVay. He could be a bust. We don't know. But I'm not going to go in here and say, "Oh, we're going to suck," because we don't know.
I like the fact that he's young,
Depends
though.
on how he gels with the players. If the players like him, I mean, if you go to work and you got an asshole for a supervisor, are you going to want to give it your best effort? Or if you go to work
That's
about
my
somebody that
point.
you're cool with, are you going to say, "This is a guy I will go through the wall for"? You know?
I think we need to get all the players that were on Eberflus's
And it
staff.
sounded like to me, Eberflus was an asshole supervisor that no one wanted to work for.
Vinny Hagen with the super chat. We win the Super Bowl. F the birds. Love it.
I
love
think
it.
Matt
I love it. I love it.
Borgonzi, Matt Borgonzi is going to be gone. I think Aaron Whitecotton's going to be gone. Our linebackers coach needs to be
I
gone.
like him. So why y'all getting rid of him?
Who are you talking about? Aaron Whitecotton? Aaron Whitecotton's gone. I know for a fact that Aaron Whitecotton's going to be gone.
I know. I'm just saying. I thought y'all liked him, and y'all
We
wanted.
do like him. We do like him, but the thing is that he was a Matt Eberflus guy, as far as I can tell. Because if we're going to be going into a new scheme, we need a different staff. That's what I
So
think.
does he get to pick his staff?
I think he does. I think he will pick his staff.
Here you go. Okay, now listen.
I think he's going to
You're gonna
poach
run
some of
this
the
way,
Eagle
you're gonna see
coaches
people
to
coming
come to
in.
us.
But you gotta
That's
have
what
these
I
guys
think.
blocked.
I completely understand what you said, actually.
Okay.
I mean, a season could turn around in 1 year. It's happened. Look at the Bears.
Tony's
Yeah.
good to be back with.
Sucked
That's the
last year.
trend. That's the trend. That's the trend.
I mean, look at the Lions before they started building up. I mean,
That's the trend the last 5 years. I
Yeah.
guess.
Excellent points, Loyal. Excellent points.
And Washington was the same way. They was.
we don't know. I
ass.
mean, all it takes is when Micah Parsons came to our defense, we went from shit to great. And we could find that guy in the draft. We don't know, or we could find him in free agent.
Now, if Washington, the fifth round on that pick that we choose, more likely we going to hopefully, if he's around, and he should be around, is Bain. If Bain is there, he can change our defense around too.
I think y'all probably end up getting the Arvell Reese or something if he don't get the Jets.
Hey,
They'll probably hand to y'all, or you're
I'm
going to go
hearing
out.
Reese is falling, Loyal, and he could fall into close to us.
You're probably going to get Tate as your first pick because you need a receiver now.
Eagles Drew Parker is a good
whatever.
hire, 2-3 year project now.
No, rumors are the San
You
Francisco
hope.
49er wide receiver that having it that he was not going to play the 49ers.
Is that the one
49ers.
that's hurt? Is that the one that's hurt?
No, that's the one who walked out.
Oh,
And basically, they don't want nothing to do with. He gave up all millions of dollars because he didn't like the team anymore or like what.
you really want that? You want that cancer in your team?
I don't know. Is it a cancer?
Or the way you just put it,
I mean,
you don't give a shit.
Was Dez Bryant a cancer?
No.
He had.
Des Bryant had some off the field issues, but he wasn't a cancer.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Towards the end. Now I'll say towards the end. I remember when Zeke first came back from his suspension, we had a chance to beat Seattle, and then Dez had a meltdown on the sideline. He was complaining about not getting the ball, and then when they threw him the ball, it got turned over. We lost the game. That was the only time I seen Dez being a cancer. Other than that, he just had off the field issues.
That Des Bryant catch, man, I don't know. That's
It's
still,
called
It was
football.
beautiful.
Thank you, Jimbo. Hit the like button. Thank you. Coyote says defense is different than offense. You can turn a defense around quicker. Absolutely. Like I said, it's. Listen, I respect everybody, or I should say, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But come on now, Chris Dooley with the $20 super chat. My man, where you been, brother? We miss you.
Hey, Chris.
Quinn is a good coach, and any fingers that needs to be pointed is at our GM, Adam Peters. Can't blame Quinn completely for the underdeveloping draft picks or lack of and the signings of players that are AAA card holders. Chris Dooley, thank you very much, brother. We do miss you on the channel.
I have to disagree with that. Oh, definitely don't agree with that because Quinn and Peters work together.
Thanks, Christopher.
He does the suggestions of Quinn. So let's not say that it's Peters' fault.
Momo,
Quinn is still is a driving
What did Quinn
picking
do?
these players.
Let me ask you a question, Momo. Well, you probably don't know, but I'll ask it. Hey, do you have your? Are you able to look it up, Loyal? While I'm talking, so I don't stop productivity. Look up 3 years prior to Dan Quinn, becoming to Washington, what their record was and how relevant were they? All of a sudden, okay, thanks, Loyal. Momo, all of a sudden, you got Dan Quinn who brings you in the playoffs. You win a playoff game. You go on the road. You beat Detroit, who was a Super Bowl caliber team. They lose against the Eagles, the better team. And now this year, your quarterback gets hurt. You were cap strung, right? Because of the who. It wasn't just him. It was the front office and the GM making all these moves. Yet you want to pile all the blame on Dan Quinn.
At the coach and the GM, they both at fault.
Nobody said
they
that
go
he
hand
doesn't
to
take
hand.
some fault, but why would you want to fire the man? The man has brought you back from
I
disaster.
get all that.
Well, that you don't
I get all that, but you also got to remember he started bringing on older players that shouldn't have been on the team. He wanted to bring in Von Miller. He wanted to bring in
Bobby Wagner did fine for you. How about Frankie Louvu? Did you like that one?
That was a good one. I give one. I give him that.
Okay. I mean, listen.
First year, Momo, you guys went 12-5.
Bingo.
The year before, you were 4-13. The year before that, you were 8-8.
8-8 and 4-13. Right before Dan Quinn, he takes you to the playoffs. Right.
Right.
You win a playoff game. Come on, man. And this year was an anomaly, man.
So the GM is. So I want to get this right. Dan Quinn is not the fault here. It's all on the GM.
No, I didn't say. Hold up. I sat here last year, and Chris Dooley in the chat brings up a good point. Wasted picks of Lattimore. That was kind of Chris, I think that was a desperate move at that point. But the big one, we were here, Momo, when we told you, I thought you lost the Laramie Tunsil trade. You gave up high capital for an older guy who is on the downside talking about retirement. And I'm not saying he was horrible, but he wasn't what you paid for. So how was that Dan Quinn?
Because
is he the GM or is he? I'm not saying he don't have a say, but it's the GM that's going out.
I think he had a lot.
So then, if you look at the Eagles, then by your narrative, then Howie Roseman is not getting. He shouldn't get all the credit. Give all the credit to Nick
I
Sirianni.
just go half and half. I said
Okay, I
50%
got
to
you.
one to the GM and 50% to Dan
I'm
Quinn.
not saying I love Dan Quinn as a coach. He may be a better coordinator, but I just think you're being a little rough on him. But you're entitled to your opinion. New defensive quarter, new scheme. Who wants to go to Dallas? Oh, well, you saw the best defensive tackle in the league. He wanted to come to Dallas. Kenny Clark wants to stay in Dallas. There are a lot of people want to be in Dallas.
There's plenty of places,
Yeah.
plenty of players that want to be here in Dallas. Hell, even Jadeveon Clowney been all over the league. He got in there and he was like, "Damn,
Jadeveon
this place is
Clowney.
like a."
He said he
He
wants to
was
return
even
to
saying
who?
he was like,
Dallas.
"Damn, this place is like a, this place is like how could you describe Dallas compared to other places? It's like paradise, and you
Oh
other
my God.
organizations." Hey, you other organizations are the slum holes, the shit holes of the
Here
NFL.
we
This is
go.
where
Here we go.
this is where the cream of the crop.
If you keep
Spared no
believing that,
expense. Spared no expense here in Dallas.
okay,
Spared no expense.
Spared
I
no
get you.
expense.
I get you. Look at me. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
The price is wrong.
I'm looking right at your ass.
Ugly mug, isn't he?
Anyway.
Boy, wait. I gotta come to Dallas. We gotta have a drink or two. That'll be funny.
All right, Drew. I got you.
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
I got you.
And we go to a bar. I know a few.
Okay.
Do you
okay.
think
Take it
Ojos
take it
Locos.
out.
Let's just
Ojos
go right
Locos.
there. Let's just go right there. Let's stop beating around the bush, the
Do
proverbial
you
bush.
think that Parker is going to have the title for DC and DB, or is he just going to have the DC title
DC.
only?
I don't know. I would imagine he would want. No, he's going to want a position coach.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Troy Hagan? What's going on, brother?
So I won't be next month. I'll be in New York City for 4 days. So
Right. What's that? I'm sorry. What'd you say? Momo? What'd you say?
He's going to
New York.
You're
I'll be
going
in
where?
New York City for a couple of days, 4 days.
You?
Yeah.
Where you going?
I'm doing some things up there for
Okay.
the first day, and then I might meet some people, hang out. Might come to New Jersey, hang out.
Okay.
Might go see Jesse and harass him on his job.
Jesse lives in Philadelphia, though.
That's New Jersey,
Well,
Philadelphia.
listen, you can
same
go to
thing.
Philly. You'll be at home. Why? Because you can go see the Liberty Bell. It's got a big ass crack on it.
There you go, brother. Bravo.
It's got a big ass crack. You'll be right at home. D'Angelo Cranston, Walker Wade. I accidentally took my coworkers to Ojos Locos. Sweet Jesus, terrible move. No, it wasn't D'Angelo. It was beautiful.
Oh, y'all crazy. Yeah,
Great.
That's funny. That's funny. Good one.
Yeah, Mark and everyone kind of got real silent after we walked
He
in
called
there.
me, but I sent him a link, but he's knee deep in lacquer right now.
Yeah, no shit.
Working on a house or something underneath the old
Yeah.
house.
Oh yeah.
Screw that. I'd be scared of the house.
I haven't talked to him about it, but I told him his son was right. Cause that's crazy work. You better get somebody else to do that shit. That shit fall on you.
Again, he don't listen. I told him, well, whatever. That's for another string. I told him, but hey, listen,
That's
he's
crazy.
He's more comfortable owning land. Let's put it that way. He wants all the land he can get. So good
Oh,
for
wait a
him,
minute. Drew
brother.
asked me a question, so he says,
Go
wait a
ahead,
minute.
man.
He's landman.
Doyle, will
Landman.
Parker have the clout to attract
Good
top
TV
agents?
show.
Not
So
so
we're
Loyal,
gonna
go
start
ahead, brother.
calling Mark landman.
Loyal, go ahead, brother. I'm
Drew,
sorry.
to answer your question, I don't know what type of I don't know what our money situation looks like,
Well,
but he
yeah,
have a
right
lot
now,
today draft picks. And I know you're saying the draft picks are weak, but we don't know.
What do you
I
mean
think-
we're weak? What are you talking about? We got two.
He said
first-round
he
picks.
thinks this year's draft class is weak, but I think they look.
no. What's weak is first round. There's not like when Eagles, unless they trade up, they won't get a first round guy. It's first round graded guys are probably around 15-ish, which means there's. But from what I'm hearing from Bobby Bell, if anybody cares about Bobby and if you know who he is, he's very good. He said it's a draft where the first 15. Just pick who you like. I know we like Bain, right? We like Bailey. We like Downs. but there's a lot of even. So I don't know. I
Oh,
think it's
here's
fine.
a question, game time.
Yes.
I'm glad you asked that. If they're around, just for the sake of arguments, if Bain or Belly is around, who would you prefer on your team to be drafted?
Bailey. I would want Bailey over Bain.
Ooh, the guy from Texas Tech.
Yeah, I think he might go ahead of Bain, actually.
The only thing that scares me about Baines is his reach. I mean, he has some little arms.
I think Bailey is an absolute
You gotta
Explosive.
monster.
quit. You gotta quit looking at that, Loyal. That's where we got in trouble with. Oh, T.J. Watt. He just doesn't have the size like Taco Charlton. Yeah,
Or
how'd
he
that
don't
turn
fit
out?
the scheme.
Oh,
Remember, he don't.
oh,
fit
Yeah,
the
he
scheme.
doesn't fit the mold. We like guys with longer arms instead of just looking at the
Yeah, George DC
looking
for
at
life.
the
We
tape.
brought that up, brother.
Yeah. Instead of just looking at the tape and like this guy kicks effing ass. I don't give a damn how small or how big he is.
It just all depends on what we do in the first week of free agency.
Okay,
Dallas got in trouble
I
doing
will
that
say
several
this.
times. We passed
What's
up
up,
Mike
Clay Wise? How you
Singletary
doing,
because
brother?
he did. We passed up Mike Singletary because
Ultra says
he didn't
13.
fit our mold as a linebacker. So we passed up a Hall of Fame linebacker because he didn't fit our mold. Yeah, no.
I would say that Michael Paulson, if someone would have told me that he would have been the edge rusher, because I thought he was best suited as a linebacker, not an edge rusher.
Right. Again,
He's just average at linebacker. He's good at edge. That's
Yeah.
how I describe my.
yeah, he gets tired too. He's got little tired legs in him at edge. But Mike is a great player. He's kind of a one-dimensional pass rusher.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
is. And
I
He
mean,
is.
hell, you could give a good look at Joseph Randall. Was he that big? How
you
did
mean
he
John
turn out? He
Randall?
was a beast.
You mean
Oh yeah, John Randall.
Yeah.
John
Joseph
Randall.
Randall,
Yeah,
the guy who stole
yeah,
whatever the fuck.
yeah,
it was.
the drawers and the
Draw. He
cologne
stole
from
the
the.
draws. Yeah.
He did what?
Now Joseph Randall was a running back for Dallas.
Yeah.
He had mental
Yeah,
issues.
John Randall was a very short, like he was like the guy you're
Jimbo,
describing.
definitely, brother.
I may be just spitting here, but you could take it as it is. But I think if we had the dream scenario of what the defense could look like, I think we need to get 2 linebackers. We need to get 2 edge rushers. And I think we need to get at least 1 corner for our secondary.
Did you see Mel
Dan,
Kiper?
we can fill linebacker with free agency. We need to
Limited
fill
pick,
every hole
though.
with free agency and
I'm
then
gonna tell
draft
you.
the best player available.
No, that's what I was trying to get at. Is like get 2 linebackers, get 2 edge rushers, and get 1 corner. Then you can go best player available in the draft.
Caleb's Downs there. You don't pass him up.
Oh, if Caleb Downs is at number 12, I'm taking him. I'm sorry. That dude is an athlete.
You're not taking him.
Well, me, I would if
Mel
there,
Kiper
you
has
take-
us on Sonny Styles at linebacker,
yeah,
and then Akeem Mesidor at
Mesidor.
Miami.
Yeah,
Mesidor.
I would be okay with that. As we sit here today,
bet.
that would be wonderful.
I could see us taking. I've been hearing they've been pretty high on Sonny
What
Styles.
about Delane? The corner
Well,
from
that's
LSU?
the thing. We'll have to see. Again, this is why this is a multi-pronged thing. If Dallas, like how Wade says it, if Dallas says, "Oh no, we like this guy," he could make number 31. Who am I thinking of? Daniel M. Our cornerback, Josh Butler.
Oh, Josh Butler,
Yeah. Oh, well, we got Josh Butler and we got Kalen Carson, and we could turn them into something. If they go with that route and not actually address it in free agency, then they may draft one. You know?
Yeah.
Not to
I would
mention
wanna
the
see-
defensive.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, not to mention the defensive coordinator. He could say, "Hey, I coach some of these cornerbacks. You got some talent. I could coach them up to be way better than what they are." I mean, I wouldn't doubt if he would try that.
Ultra. I saw something, and this goes to Loyal, but when it comes to your guy, with Ohio State, Reese. Reese was put in a tough spot for the latter half of the year, based on coaching, Loyal, where he didn't have the best of stats, but Sonny Styles is rising up the boards to Ultra's thing. By the time we get through this draft process, Styles may go top 10, but there is a chance Reese drops to you. And I know a couple people that I listened to said if that were to happen, that would be incredible, especially in this system. Now, that's
They can send the bowl games, the Senior Bowls and stuff to see how they do, and then
Yeah.
also that's
They
gonna
still have though. They still gonna have the Senior Bowl.
And my whole thing is on drafting best player available. It
think
could
so.
be offense. It could be offense
Linda
too for
says,
me.
unfortunately for Dallas fans, Eagles fans are not mad. When you have
I
good
thought
coaches, you
players-
lose them. That's the
They even
attrition of
suggested
success.
they
Players
even
the same way.
they even suggested we could go get Brandon Ayuk if Pickens leaves, and I'm like, I don't know about Brandon Ayuk. I don't know.
Well,
about that.
Ayuk just was.
Pickens ain't going nowhere. They're franchise tagging him.
Ayuk
Watch.
has played his last snap for the Finers per John Lynch, the GM of the Niners. So Ayuk is gone. A Giants executive, Abrams, leaves after 27 years. So indeed,
Got rid of him.
indeed, they are cleaning house in New York. Another big blow. Lions offensive lineman announces retirement. Skipper, Dan Skipper, big boy.
Now they lost their center last year too.
Yeah. So again, you know, I don't know that Lane wants to go out that way, but Lane is not long for the league. So again, I know that Drew had sent me a mock a while ago. I don't think Styles gets to 20. That's my thing, Drew. But I think you really should be. This is a perfect draft to maybe recoup in the right tackle market. Eagles sit at 23. I think you're going to get a Proctor. So I
If
think that would
Caleb
be
Downs is
wonderful
there at
for the
12,
Birds.
Cowboys are taking him. Styles is there. When
Well,
the Cowboys pick the second,
again,
they're going to take Styles.
if you tell me, Wade, that we go out and get a, and I want to talk to Wade on this one. Let's say Dallas goes out and get a Quay Walker, right, and a Quincy Williams. So that takes him out of linebacker first round, okay? Well, what if I told you, right, that they go edge rusher and another defensive lineman, or they go corner, right? Let's say they go corner and a stud defensive lineman in the first round, because you have to stick to your draft board. You have to stick to your draft board, everybody. You can't draft for need, because when Dallas drafts for need, it's never good. Peter Woods.
Also, don't put it past them to take a tackle, Brian.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, weren't you the one who said if you're good at right now, you got Peter Woods, maybe the second or third best talent in this draft. Okay. He is a beast.
Best player available.
Defensive tackle.
Yeah, just work. I just did it.
Yeah. It's like Mike Fisher was saying the same thing. You have a whole defensive room of good defensive tackles right now. If Reggie White's sitting there at your pick, you don't pass up Reggie White.
That's what
you
I'm
draft
saying.
Reggie White.
That's why I'm saying.
Doesn't matter if you have all these defensive tackles.
I got news for you. Peter Woods has a higher grade than a lot of the guys, all the corners that you're mentioning. Peter Woods is a stud. I want you to be in a position to take the best available, right? Because it is what it is. That's why this is a multifaceted process, right? You know, it would be smart if, I know it's not a sexy name, but listen, for the Commanders, if you're not bringing back Jonathan Allen or whatever, that's a Peter Woods in the middle is an absolute. You'll start to hear his name. If he's there at 12, Dallas has to think about it big time. So, you know, it's just a matter of sticking to the board. But more importantly, guys and gals, is hitting free agency the right way.
Yeah.
Hit it the right way, and then just take the best players available. That's all. If it's an offensive lineman, it's an offense. I don't think it'll be, but
I personally think for Washington, period, for me, you have to pick best available because we don't know who our DC is going to be.
Yeah, comic flick is a beast.
Because every DC is going to be different. What their schemes, what they like, what they don't like. So we got, because everybody got to work together in that room to see who is best suited.
Yes,
for
Jimbo.
that. So I don't know.
Well, Jesse, I know he's not here right this second, but I've been touting this guy before the college championship game, Muaga, or Mayuga, however you pronounce it. I think the Miami, and I said it. He was my number one, and now it seems like a lot of these guys are touting the University of Miami's offensive tackle. I think the Giants should take him. Everybody's got the Giants going with a receiver. It's time to go, Get with the
Offensive line.
program and go get. I think the University of Miami offensive lineman will go before any other alignment, and he is an absolute monster. So,
I like him.
so I would say him over Fano. Just that's just me, but
I like him.
so I would again. To me, Ifano and Mawaga, or however you say Muaga, should both be off the board before Dallas picks. Anybody after that should not go before 12. Now we could talk about corners and who you like. I have no idea who they like. I have no idea. I kind of like McCoy, and McCoy's going to show a lot, so we'll see. But he's coming off injury; hadn't played in 2 years.
Yeah, it's the ACL. That's
But
the
he's
biggest thing.
supposedly is ready to go, and he's gonna. It's not going to be like a Ravel, Dan, where he is. It's not going to be like a Ravel where he has to. Everything's limited. He's full go. So you're going to see.
I have a question about
Yes.
that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
About Lavelle. So he played with a knee brace. Is he ever going to be completely healthy?
Well,
He looks like
the
it's
plan
really
is
slowing
to
him down.
shed the brace. You can't play and hit corner with a brace. So
Guys, I gotta go. I got somebody trapped in the elevator.
all
I'll be
right,
back.
be careful.
Yeah.
Somebody's trapped in an elevator. It's
Well,
probably
bam.
him. It's probably him.
Well, here's my thing about the whole Savone Revel thing.
Hope it's not primetime Phil.
Well, my thing is that I really think that with Christian Parker here, I think he's going to take him under his wing. Because I think he's going to coach him up. He's going to say, he's going to say like, "Hey, young fella, we're gonna get you right here, and that knee of yours better be fully healthy because you're going to go at the cords at it nonstop when it comes to
What I'm
training."
saying, all I said was, is he ever going to be completely healthy to play that position without the brace? That's all.
I think
You
if
have
he's
to be.
fully healthy, I think he's going to.
Jesse to the rescue, says Jimbo. Mouse, the FBI investigating the death of former Coach owner Jim Irsay and the doctor that was reportedly supplying him with huge amounts of opioids, ketamine injections. Yeah, man, that's like the Michael Jackson. Yep. It's just like the Michael Jackson shit. Just like also the guy that was in Friends who died in his jacuzzi. He OD. He fell asleep because of ketamine. What was his name? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, that happened.
It was on Friends.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, hey, what's up, man? He died of ketamine. So these doctors should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Brett Brown needs to be fired. That's the strength and conditioning, I believe. Anyway, what's going on, Joe DeMasi? What's up, brother?
Oh, not much. How are you, man?
Not much. What are you doing? You
I'm
working?
happy. I'm off today. I'm probably gonna go see my girlfriend. But
You look like you are a surgeon.
what do you mean?
You're about to operate on somebody.
He's got
All
the
right.
same glasses that you got.
What up?
Yeah,
what up,
I got the
Joe?
same as you, bro.
What up, Joe?
What's
What
up, Dan? I'm happy about this hire, man.
I'm happy about it too, dude. Believe me.
I hope
Chris.
he can fix the DBs.
Matthew
That's
Perry.
all.
That's it, Crystal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure was. Hey, Chris, are you happy about the hire?
I'm optimistic, just like Game Time had up there. I'm happy with it for a bit, but I'm optimistic too as well.
Yeah, I'm not
Or,
here
you
to
know.
say it's a guarantee. It's any
I want to see who his coaching staff is. I want to see who they
So-
bring in.
anything in life that's worth any salt is a risk.
So you don't think he will be on 10 yards off the line of scrimmage or 5
Yeah.
yards?
I don't
That's
think
it,
so,
Matthew
Momo.
Perry,
I think he'll man up, like he did
But
with
yeah, but
Philadelphia.
Is it low risk, high reward with Chris?
3-4. He's gonna go to
Or
a
is it-
3-4.
Is
I
it?
hope so.
No, that's a good
What
question
reward?
to everybody. I need Ultra,
Yeah, no,
Eagles, Drew.
that is
I
a
need
good
your guys'
question.
opinion. Are we talking 3-4 or 4-3?
I'd say 3-4.
I'd say
So,
3-4
when
as
the last
well,
time
but you got to bring
Cowboys
in.
was a
You
3-4.
got to bring in quite a bit of linebackers. for that.
You got to bring in some linebackers if you want to do some 3-4.
I mean, if you
I mean,
want,
you
to
already got the defensive front,
hybrid. If
basically.
you want to go to a hybrid
Linda
defense,
says, let's hold our opinions on Eagles draft for 2026. You never know who's going to fall or we trade up. Yeah, exactly. You have a lot of extra ammo, Linda, to trade up. But yeah, CZ says Parker will be 4-3. That's what you would think on the surface,
4-3?
but
Okay.
I don't know that that's the case.
I don't know because Christian Parker was under the Vic Fangio era.
That does not mean he's
He was-
accepted.
But he was under, what's his name, too? He was under what's his name? Out in Denver. Who?
Oh,
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. And wasn't Payton a 3-4? Didn't the Parcells always
3-4, but
Parcells was
9.
3-4 most of the time, I think.
Yeah.
It was the
Why
last
can't you
3-4
play a
defense.
hybrid? Why can't you play a hybrid defense? If you go 3-4 and 4-3,
That's not that.
you play that.
You are so fascinated over this hybrid.
Let me put
How
something-
about you just play a 3-4, 4-3? It's real simple. Quit
It's
confusing
really
everyone.
But you can bring Clowney back if you guys remember. Clowney also, if he can be put at the linebacker position as an edge rusher.
Denver plays a 3-4 right now.
That. So you could bring somebody like him back that could fit that scheme, along
It's
with the
really
defensive
simple.
tackles you have.
It's really simple on a scheme though, Momo, because a 3-4 defense, you put 3 defensive tackles down, you put 4 linebackers playing up. You play them up the middle.
Momo doesn't understand. His commanders have never.
Eagles
that
run
type of
a
defense,
virtual.
I
This
get
is
it.
what Eagles run right now: versatile disguise defense, primarily based on Vic Fangio's scheme. Shifting from a 4-3 to a 3-4 hybrid. Okay, a lot of 4-5-2 look. Will they run any 5 defensive line? Dallas seems to excel with the 5 defensive linemen.
Keep both of you, Cam.
5-2 base. I think that everything's on the table. So
Right.
again, that's another reason why it was a good hire. Is it going to work? We don't know, but you can't tell me it's not going to work. Is there questions? Sure, there is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's high risk.
I mean,
He's
it's
under
all about-
40 years old. He's never been a defensive coordinator, but we'll see what happens.
But it's all about. It's
Almost
all
40. I thought he was
players.
32.
No, he's 34.
No, he's under. I'm saying he's under
Oh,
40.
34.
He's 34, Walker. He's 4 years older than I am.
You only 34.
No, I'm 30. He's 34. He's 4
I
years
said,
older
I'm
than
just
me.
saying you 30. I'm saying, damn.
I know, which basically he's going to be like, oh, well, all of a sudden we get this young coach, and I'm like, okay, the Cowboys are moving differently this year. It feels like it.
Can I say something to you, Dan?
Go ahead, Momo.
Stay off the weed.
No, man. We're just excited. We're excited about this hire. We're all
Yeah, we actually got some coordinators, Momo.
I know that's right.
We have a right to be excited. You don't got no coordinators.
Good one, Joe.
Momo, you don't
You
need to
have
be
half a
talking.
head coach.
Your team fired everyone except Dan Quinn. Makes zero
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah, it's half a coach.
Makes zero sense.
Well,
Defensive
he
side of the
gets
ball,
to
half a
work
coach.
because he bugs out with us. Yeah, right. Arturo Gomez, you guys are making it too complicated. Hybrid defense, 3-4-4-3 will be fine. Hallie Pierce, hi, game time. Just getting to relax. Got cold weather coming in, so I'm not feeling the greatest. I'm very happy about Parker coming here for DC. Tell Momo he missed out on getting to work for DC.
Stay warm, Miss
If
Hallie.
they didn't hire, I just got tired of. I didn't want to sign a contract.
How was the interview, Momo?
Linda
How was
Connors,
it was,
Fangio
it was
disguises in
entertaining.
cover 2. Very
Jerry,
well.
it was. I didn't. It was virtual. I didn't want to fly out to Dallas, and Jerry's. He was
yeah, you wouldn't
offended.
want
And
to.
Jerry got offended because I said that the city sucks. So that was the reason for me not getting hired. Because the words I said, it was a backlash for what I said about the women and the stuff, the trash talking I said about Dallas.
Maybe you shouldn't do that next year.
Momo called and Jerry
Let me
said,
read
"I
Linda
got time to
Conyers.
chat with you today."
Linda says Fangio disguises in cover 2 very well. Excels in zone with sprinkled in aggressive man coverage. Again,
That's facts, Linda.
Linda, that all is very exciting from a Cowboy standpoint when we saw us playing a zone defense under Eberflus, especially like 3rd and 6, right? 3rd and 7, and we're given a 4-yard cushion, 5-yard cushion
Right,
off the
it's-
line. It was it's just like pitch and catch, right?
Right.
Okay,
Me, you, and Ultra would always say that's
Yeah.
the difference between soft zone. You can't be playing soft zone all the time.
Yeah, and people
Yeah.
exactly that. Like people are under the impression that you can't play zone and play up on your receiver. That's
Right.
That's inaccurate. You could play a zone, but be up on and be physical. You could still play a zone. Anyway, Troy
Okay.
Hagan, check out my comment above about the draft when you get a chance. Or just spam it
I
again,
think this
brother. Troy
means.
Hagan, best
I
player
think this
available in
means.
the draft every time.
Yeah.
Troy.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Now I'm just curious.
And then
This
Joe,
happened.
and then Joe.
With Dan Quinn, when y'all went to that playoff game, and Dan Quinn defense, and y'all was man for man, and then when he played the Green Bay Packers in that game, they were in the zone. What did y'all think he was doing? What was the reason for him doing that zone?
Because he already got the job at Washington.
And he had Marquise Bell at Mike.
Mm-hmm. He did.
So
So you saying that
it's
he
not
already
working.
accepted
He
the
had
job
he
already?
had a strong safety at Mike and middle linebacker.
Are you saying he
I
had
just-
already accepted the
Go
job
ahead, Wade.
already?
Go ahead, Wade.
I just don't. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to think that Dan Quinn threw that game and did all those players and coaches wrong that he built those relationships up with for the last like 3 seasons
think that
before
was
that.
Oh, I don't think he
It's
threw
just-
the game. I just think he didn't have the linebackers.
It doesn't make any sense. That's if you're a coach in the NFL that goes against to throw a game like that goes against everything
Facts.
you worked hard for
Okay,
your
I got
entire
you,
career.
Troy.
That doesn't.
I got you, brother. Troy Hagan says that
They seen something in the tape that said they should play
Just
zone.
a bad game. It was a bad game. We'll just put it like that.
Troy says the draft at the end of the day is a gamble. Teams picking in the first 32 have a 30% chance to find a star and a 17% chance to find an average player. Free
Right.
agency wins championships. And as we're
Agreed,
seeing
Troy.
now, Troy,
Yeah.
it seems like defense is the key to getting far, right?
Yep.
It's funny how it's different. Passing, running, right? Yes, points win. It ultimately goes back to defense. I remember, Momo, when we go back to watching Otis Anderson run the ball and just bleed the clock. Remember when the Giants won that boring Super Bowl? Thank God Jesse's not here to gloat, but I remember that specifically. Parcells with a phenomenal coaching job, just taking the air out of the football and running the football and playing great defense.
Right. That's what they're no matter what they do and how they do, put these rules in effect. When it comes to playoff time, they gonna let these players play. There's always gonna be holding. There's gonna be defensive players grabbing and tugging on these players in the playoffs, and everybody gonna say, "Where's the penalty?" No, they're not gonna call a penalty. They're gonna let these players play.
Right.
They just are. And anybody who believes
Xavier, what's up, brother?
Because nobody, and I get it. They're not gonna call unless it's so egregious. They have to call pass interference. They're not gonna call for the most part.
Yeah. I've been
Dave
saying
Thompson,
this-
Buddy Johnson. We could only take a take from Philly with promotions. Philly won't give permission to lateral moves. Yes, Dave, I get that. So you would have to bring
In playoffs and Super Bowls. Period.
I've been saying this for years and years and years. Defense wins championships.
What's up, Chin Panel? God bless.
And on the draft, it's like the lottery. It's like if you win the Powerball, you get big money. It goes the same thing with the draft. If you hit on a good player, you get a good player. But if you miss, you miss.
Momo
I will
needs
say
some
about the
Gannon in his
playoffs.
life, says Coyote.
I will say this: after the Super Bowl is over with, they gonna vote. They're gonna do some voting on some rule changes on these balls being stripped. Or these catches. What's the real catch?
Oh yeah.
The stripping of the ball when the players just standing up and the plays basically should be dead, and the ball's getting stripped out of hands. They're gonna change some rules about that, and also about the catch. Receivers catching the ball and then somebody comes behind and taking the ball and it's an interception. They're gonna break that down. They're gonna change the rule, saying that no longer a player can do that anymore. It's always going to it's a catch. Y'all don't believe that?
No, I do. I got some bad news though for everybody. I'm just saying it. So my condolences. Former Philadelphia Eagles player Kevin Johnson dead at the age of 55.
Oh,
yeah.
Prayers up. My
Yeah,
goodness.
I don't know what happened. Does anybody know what happened to Kevin Johnson? I remember him. I believe he was a. Let me Google him. But
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, it sucks. It's probably
Man, that
old, but
stinks. I mean, you never want to wish injury or death on anybody, especially to players.
yeah, Kevin. He was a defensive tackle. He died. It was 13 hours ago. Johnson was released on the Eagles December 17th, 1996. Johnson signed with the Raiders in '97. Played 15 games in Oakland. But yeah, he passed away. He was 6'1", 305. Westchester, Los Angeles. Went to Texas Southern. Not a fourth round pick in 1993. He had a long career, but they used the Eagles. He was only a year older than me. That sucks. It really does. Sorry to hear that.
Prayers
yeah,
up.
Yeah, man, that sucks.
Prayers to his family.
So, So, any final thoughts as we wrap up this Zoom? I know Momo, he's like, like 3 years down the road along with Drew. So you got that. Hey, Drew, just think this for 1 second. You and Momo agree on something. So there you go. Wade, what do you got, brother? What's your final thoughts on this hire? Obviously, it's risky, right? There's no guarantees.
Eagles down, Cowboys up. That's my take.
Bang. There you go. Let's let Momo speak for himself. Momo, your final thoughts, brother?
All thing I can say is I'm just waiting on the draft. See
Well,
what
you
we
got a long wait. We got what? Let's see. We got about what's today? About actually 3 months. 3 months.
3 months, but
it's on
hopefully we'll get a good DC.
April. It's the end of April,
A
buddy.
decent DC.
3 months. February, March, April.
And we might get Everflus. Who knows?
You might get Everflus. Chris,
you don't want a Momo.
I'm optimistic. I'm kind of happy about it. It's a good step in a direction. But
I'm glad we got our
press coverage. What that does is when you have the outside
stabbed to
guys
death.
that run those timing routes, it throws that off because you're allowed as a corner before 5 yards to be physical. So
Right.
it allows you to throw some of that off. And
And you know what I think this means, Chris?
we
I
need
think
to be doing that more.
I think this means, guys, that he's going to have his DB pick in the draft, and hopefully, maybe he could trade up for Downs, Brian.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Ultra Cowboy, he says from No C, Patrick No C Walker, Parker. The next order of business will be finalizing his staff. I anticipate changes there per Patrick No C, so that's good. Again, it would be nice if we can have somebody for a while, but as you see, Eagles have been successful, and they're going to be going on their 5th offensive coordinator. So, it really is. It's just about finding the right one. We hope that we did. Dan the man, any final words, brother?
Well, the only
Thanks, Chris. I got it.
I guess the final word I can put into this with this DC hire is hope. I mean, for the first time in over my years of watching the Cowboys from 2007 to now, I got hope because now all of a sudden we got a young guy that's going to come in here and get these boys hungry. And we're going to go in the next year going in and just playing it as our heart's content. But we got to start at free agency in the draft to get that going.
Yeah.
Right.
Loyal, what's your thought, brother?
I'm optimistic. Like Chris May said, I like the there's a lot of ceiling for this young man. So, hopefully he can make his stamp.
Yeah, man. Joe, did you get your thought in? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, did you get your thought in?
I would just say, I think he's going to really fix this DB room. And let's see what happens. Wade, I know Wade has said that we want a coordinator that's going to stay here. And I think he's a candidate of that he wants to be a defensive coordinator. So I think he's going to want to stay here for the time being.
And Wade, your final thoughts, brother? Oh, you already gave them.
Cowboys up, Eagles down.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
I would say this, everybody. I'm happy that they made a decision and they made a lengthy. Nobody really turned down them, right? We don't know the whole Jim Leonard. Just stay tuned on that. We'll have the answer.
I gotta take a shot at Drew. What was that, Drew, about coaches aren't allowed to pick their what was that about head coaches, Drew, aren't allowed to pick their coordinators or
I
who
love
they
that
want, Drew?
picture.
It's all Jerry. What?
Loyal, I love
What
that
was that,
picture. He's
Drew?
got Golden Corral in the background.
What was that, Drew?
You know what's so crazy
Hey,
about
can you
this?
answer that question? I thought Jerry was making the picks here, Drew. I thought Jerry was. That's right.
That's
You're full
definitely
of
not-
shit. You don't know
definitely
what you're
not
talking
Jerry.
about. Get back
Exactly.
to work.
Logan
Get back to
says,
checking
"We'll
someone's
see you."
heartbeat.
Logan
Yeah, last
Motorsports said, "We'll see your ass, Wade. We'll see."
Last year I had the
Oh,
same
we'll see you, Logan.
Jimbo says, "Birds living rent free." Wade. Howard
Last
says,
year
"Need to
on
make
this
a shirt
exact
for
same
Wade. Go
time-
Cowboys."
That's
That
right.
same
You're living
time,
rent
this whole
free in the
time-
NFC basement of Super Bowls. You're right.
I'm sorry, Logan. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said this is the exact same time that we hired Shoddy last year. So I remember because I was working out of town, the same place, and driving home, got the same news that we got a new head coach, and now we find out we get a new defensive coordinator.
I love it. I love it. Again, nobody has a crystal ball, right? We don't know for sure. Dan, we can only hope that their hard work in this letting Shoddy interview and go for the type of guy that they want, not a ex-head coach with head coaching experience that has a scheme, yada, yada. Maybe how many people, and this will be my final thing. Everybody wanted us to go out and get Al Harris, right? Al Harris has no more experience than this guy, Christian Parker, right? So the fact that that there are people who wanted Al Harris, who's never called a down like Christian Parker, never called a defense, to be our starting defensive coordinator. When we heard the reason why Al Harris was not brought back in some point was he allowed players to get away with stuff.
He spoiled it.
Maybe too much. And I don't know about Christian Parker, but looking at the Eagles, it seems like they're a well-coached team, especially on the defensive side of the football. So we can only hope that that's going to carry over to the star, right? The star needs to shine again. But that'll do it for the lunchtime chat. I appreciate it. Anybody don't know what's going on here, we like to bring our channel members involved on the Zoom call. Please like and share this. We're growing the community. So I'll talk to everybody later. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. And there's really only one more thing to say, right?
Get them likes, and how about them Cowboys?
There you go.
Yep.
How about them
There you
Cowboys? Late, say it.
Hey, man. What? I'm cool. This is me. We're gonna jump on that spaceship and get out of here. Let's
go. No judgment. Shoot.
To smash that subscribe button. You know what? I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 4 out of 5 avocados. Korg?
I was raised by avocados.
Oh my God! Just kill me now.
Ho ho ho. Green Giant.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
I think it's going really well. I know. This is literally the first time I took my gun out of the holster. Right.
And that is why we need a triumphant video.
You guys led us to this. Thank you.